Hey, I'm Danielle, and today we're talking about what to do if you feel like you should be further along in your career. The first thing I'll say is that we've all been there. You know, if you're ambitious and you want to achieve a lot in your life, I'm sure you've had that moment where you think about what that would look like and kind of wondered why you're not there yet. So I totally get it. And the thing that's important to remember is there actually is no should. That's really just a picture that we come up with in our heads. I mean, think about all the shoulds that you put on yourself. I should eat more vegetables. I should call my grandma. And those things are probably true. You should call your grandma. But in order to take the pressure off, just remember that that's something that you've planted in your own head. So with this idea of I should be further along in my career, maybe you've got this super specific picture of where you want to be and you're just impatient with yourself about getting there. You just want to be there already. I totally get that. I'm with you. I'm pretty impatient with myself because I just want to make it happen and be there and just get there already. Or maybe you just have this vague idea that you should be further along, you're not happy with where you are, and you want to be somewhere different. So in those moments where I find myself thinking, I should be further along or I should be in this other place, I always have to come back to that idea that I came up with that should in my head. I came up with that idea of it needs to be different all in my head. And that is that moment where I can start to take the pressure off and actually do something about it. And actually this morning on YouTube, a 20-minute ad came up and I watched the whole thing. Now let me tell you what it was about. It was an ad for Charity Water, which is an organization that I've actually heard of before, and they put in wells all over the world to bring fresh water to villages. It's a really great organization, but let me tell you why this made such an impact on me. I mean, this guy who started this organization actually started as a nightclub promoter, and 10 years into his career, he decided to make a change. So up to that point, he was basically being paid to get attractive people into clubs in New York City and was drinking a ton and doing drugs and just obviously not fulfilled with what he had going on. And at that 10-year point, he finally decided to make a change, finally decided that he wanted to do something more purposeful with his life. And at that point with his track record, it was actually pretty hard to get in with a nonprofit organization. He actually had to pay $500 a month to even be involved at all. And so it was at that point that he decided to do this thing that was more meaningful to him and make his life about something else. 10 years in. And really at any point, we can make a change, big or small, like I said. Now I bring this up because one, it popped up on my computer an hour ago, and two, because obviously if I'm watching this 20-minute ad, this is a pretty touching story. I mean, I actually cried. There was this young girl who wanted for her 9th birthday to donate to this organization and then got killed in a car crash. It was quite a roller coaster of emotions. But the point is that one actual lesson from this story was that this guy decided to go from a life of really only caring about himself and not being fulfilled and doing some pretty self-damaging things to absolutely changing the world and making a huge difference and devoting his life to something that really mattered. And this inspiring guy with an interesting life story actually brings me to my next point, which is to think about what role models you're surrounding yourself with, whether it's in real life or on social media. There may be a chance you're getting caught in the comparison trap. If you feel like you should be further along in your career, maybe you're looking at people that either are just too close to what you're doing or in some way are making it all seem so glamorous that you feel like if you've got problems in your life, you're not totally happy with your career, that something's wrong. Really think about the people that you are looking at and what they've got going on in their careers, and if there's some sort of comparison going on. Or are there some role models that you do turn to or could turn to that really help you see what's possible? They inspire you, they get you excited about your future, and they help you potentially see a path towards that. Those are the people that when you know you're not getting stuck in that comparison trap, you really want to put your attention there instead. So actually take that first step to go through the people that you follow on social media or think about the people in your life that you're turning your attention to and if they inspire you or discourage you. Once you go through that process, you're basically setting yourself up to put less energy into comparison and more energy into excitement and inspiration. And then the second step is to actually figure out what is at the root of this. This may be a journaling exercise for you, or really just like taking a long walk and thinking it through. Maybe you actually deep down just feel like you want to be taking consistent action and that's just not happening yet, and that's really going to make a change for you. Maybe you're just feeling miserable in your daily life and you're really getting down on yourself about it because of the situation that you're in. So really ask yourself, what's causing this? What's making you feel like you should be in a different place? Once you get the real answer, you can actually do something with that and figure out what you need to do differently so that you can feel a little different about it. And they say identifying the problem is half the solution. So once you figure out what's at the root of this, then you can start to brainstorm, okay, so now what am I gonna do about it? You wanna make a promise with yourself about what you're gonna do and then actually follow through. Take that chance to build credibility between you and you. And with that, you'll be a step closer to where you actually want to be rather than just feeling bad about where you're at. So let's do a quick little review here. Number one, remember to surround yourself with role models that inspire you instead of discourage you. Number two is figuring out what's at the root of it. What's actually making you feel like you should be somewhere else? Is there something you actually want to be doing that you haven't admitted yet? And then number three is to brainstorm a solution, an actual action step that you can take, and then take it, follow through, build that credibility with yourself. And then the last little reminder is there is no real should. It's all in our heads, and you can be like the charity water guy and after 10 years of a certain career absolutely transform things and go a completely different direction. So don't be so hard on yourself, and even taking the smallest little steps will help you move towards where you really want to be. And we will leave it at that. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like personal growth and career development, I make all kinds of videos about that stuff, so please click subscribe to get more. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye. What's she staring at? What's she looking at? Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? Shake, shake. Oh, good girl. Hi, baby. Hi, baby.